Doing everyone, here we go. Technically round 3, but we'll say second week of racing with VSR because it's 2 rounds per race each week. So obviously last week we had brands round 1 and 2, or race 1 and 2. This week we've got Zolder, which is technically race then 3 and 4, not to confuse. Again, Porsche Cup car, you know the drill by now. No TC. Got ABS, which is thankful, but yeah, managed to bag pole again, just about. Could have went quicker, kept messing it up. I found it actually quite difficult where there's not a lot of rubber on the tracks. I use, say, where it goes darker of some of my braking points. So see how we get on in obviously qualifying 2. But yeah, as always, I'll put the race qualifying lap in now. So yeah, I'll stop waffling on and I'll move it on to the race start. Okay guys, now that we've got the pretty much the lap out the way, we will go and have a look at the race start. So race start, helicopter view this time. We're going to put it on me for now. We're also going to go back and look at the race start from somebody else as well, just to see what happens sort of mid-pack. So I get away, I don't get away great. I was in second gear. Now, I think maybe Fast was in first, so he slingshot sort of tries to sort of outbrakes himself a little bit. I then come across cover the inside so he doesn't send it again. Obviously my goal was to get away. These cars are tricky. I did do quite a bit to get the tyres up to temperature as best as I could before the start, because as I said, how tricky they are, and obviously on cold tyres they're even worse. But yeah, managed to get away in first, which is where we needed to be. And let's go and have a look at the race start from further back. So we are not too sure how far back we are. We're sort of mid-pack, but just to sort of stay on board, it's a slight contact between the purple, I think, and somebody else. So I get around the first corner, it's pretty clean. Obviously you can see me in the distance, so not much sort of shenanigans or door banging going on, which is pretty amazing, to be fair, with how these cars handle. And they can be very sketchy, obviously, with no traction control. So somebody just gets a slight slide there, and it gives the sort of momentum for a couple of cars. But coming down to this first chicane, it goes a little bit wrong. I don't know whether he went a bit deep or he missed his braking point. I don't know. And then obviously the dark sort of navy blue purple car comes across, maybe not seeing his radar. That could have ended in tears. And then the purple car just possibly outbrakes himself. Maybe knew he wasn't going to slow down and then runs the gravel, so sort of sacrifices them places back. But let's get back to the race. As you can see by now, full concentration mode. So what I probably forgot, maybe, as I said, yeah, full concentration mode, I forgot to actually start talking. I think, like I said, Zolder getting away is crucial. Yes, it's a hard track to overtake on, a bit like Brands last week, but yeah, it was again full concentration mode. I do actually mention it at some stage, whether it's race 1 or 2, but the track for me, Zolder, is there's probably more corners that you can mess up on than what Brands was. Brands was maybe 2 or 3 corners that can catch you out. Zolder almost seemed like every corner could catch you out, especially with the chicane. So as I said, I'm full concentration mode, and I think it's maybe lap 5 or 6 I actually realised I've not spoke. So yeah, on from that, we're going to move on. Obviously we're away, and again, a bit like Brands, no one troubles us, and we sort of go from pole to flag with no issue. So I'll move it on as we did last week to the last lap. Final lap. I think Fast's got it pretty much. A second in front of Tommy. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Half a second between them. Right, guys, here we go. Race 4, or second race of the evening. Again, we managed to snatch. We got into the 29s this time, 29.9. Fair play to Tommy, he was only a 10th off, so we've done a 30.0, which is his quickest time, I think, as well. So let's hopefully see if we can get away again in the lead, and then try and sort of pull away. Cause I think so not actually into the race. Maybe it was a sort of bit of me forgetting this race for sure with stuff. We're going to show the quali lap, not the race start. shaky start. Managed to get the start. Tommy was late on the brakes into T1. I thought he was going to hit me. It was close, but I think we're away. And Tommy's going to have the bit between his teeth now. So now that I'm safe, we're going to go and look at race start number 2 from Helicam, from me. And then we're going to go and look slightly further back again, see what happened. So this time I get away, I was first to second gear, not second gear, and I don't know whether Tommy was sleeping, but he just dives and almost catches me. That could have ended in tears, but I managed to get away. That's given me a sort of slight gap as well. Put Tommy on the back foot with Fast, but he manages to sort of keep it, hang it round the inside. Fast is, he just, as you can, well, you can't see, I was going to say as you can see, but we will go back on board with Fast. That'll be the second clip. But yeah, managed to get away, got a gap. That was it. I could just sort of pretty much control it from there. So yeah, we'll move on to the second clip. This time we'll go on board with Fast. So coming down to the start, just going to keep an eye on with Fast because like I said, he does drop back a few places. And I was interested to see what happened. So Fast has to take sort of, I think, evasive manoeuvres with Tommy almost touching the back end of my car. And again, they go side by side, and again, great racing. No one comes together. Fast goes out wide, and it sort of, well, as you can see, puts him on the grass, slows him down, and that gives then Cass in the red car the chance to slip down the inside. And then Fast gets out on the marbles and again goes wide, and again, as you'll see, gives another car the run on him basically. But keep an eye out on the green car. No clue what happened here, whether he missed his braking point or was intentionally going to send it. But yeah, that was so close. That could have just been the end of Fast's race, to be fair. He was, yeah, really lucky to just get away with probably damage, which I, again, didn't know what was going on, that he had damage. So, yeah, bit of a torrid start for Fast, to be fair. Ready? So we're still in the lead. I'm going to run it on because not really much happened until lap 7. So we're on to lap 7, just starting. I don't know if it was a quick lap, it wasn't as quick as. So as you can see, Tommy just disappeared. So as I found out, obviously I couldn't know while in the race what was going on. I was tempted to look in Discord, but I was like, no chance, to be fair, while I was racing. But yeah, he actually got DC'd from the race, which was just such bad luck, to be fair. He was catching me. I was, feeling the pressure, to be fair. He'd sort of upped his game. He'd got slightly quicker, and his consistency seemed to be there. So, yes, it's one thing catching, it's another thing passing, but it would have just made, for me, a more interesting race. For you guys, definitely it would have been a more interesting race to the video, that I don't have to sort of chop up after a lap or two to the last lap because nothing else happened. But, yeah, again, like I said, yeah, really bad luck for him. But, yeah. We will move it on to the last lap. He's made a massive mistake, but that might be him rejoining. So I've got a lag spike. I don't see him. That is such bad luck. Problem is that'll hurt him in the championship now as well. Surprising how, like, yeah, Whether quick the tyres have gone off or just can't, yeah, be consistent low 30s, 30 point, yeah, 30.5s was the quickest. I just couldn't really get anywhere near that. Done it. Needed to do. I'm gonna get back to garage, save the replay. We'll wrap it up. Job done. Well, guys, I thought we were going to have a closer encounter with Tommy because he seemed to be on my pace, which is really good. But I don't know what's happened. Like I said, by now you would have found out. So, as I said, I'm recording this. I don't know. So hopefully well, I don't know. What would you say? Hopefully it's not a server issue or a console issue or what. I don't know. But yeah, really, really bad luck. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, that's the second or 4 races done. We have won all 4. So we move on to Watkins game, which is an enduro next week. So, but yeah, let me know if you like these videos, the way they're laid out. I know obviously there's not a lot of overtaking and stuff. I'm sorry about that. Maybe through the calendar we'll get tracks where I'm maybe not as quick on, and we're sort of, yeah, obviously fighting with people. So, but yeah, anyway, guys, thank you so much. And yeah, as always, I'll catch you on the next one.